All right, everybody, I hope you are ready for one of the most brutal highlight reels I could have possibly put together for you of the leftist Democrats getting smoked by the leftist media. In their own home field advantage, the arena which they usually choose is now turning against them, and just like the emperors of Rome, the lions are eating them, every one of them alive. This is going to be an episode you're going to enjoy. So guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you are down to save the country from the ilk of which I'm about to display in its entirety. And of course, jump over here in the chats, make sure the 5x5, the audio, the video, everything is good and working to your desire. And this is how we have one hell of a live show on a Saturday night. All right, guys, get in here. This is going to be a fun one. I can almost guarantee it's similar to Men's Warehouse, but a little bit underdressed. All right, we're going to dive into this as you guys get in here. I'm just going to kind of run through these things. It looks like notifications are taking a second, and we are just going to keep on trucking right now. All right, there we go. People are starting to show up. Welcome in, Michigan gun owner. Good to see you. And everybody is doing audio, video, 5x5. Excellent. Let's get to this party. All right. So, because you guys are here earlier, those of you who have gotten here early, you get to go through this little memory hole right here. You guys remember this? Yeah, I just want to do it because I like you guys. Remember when Charlemagne the God, a leftist commentator and voice in the entertainment space, called Hakeem Jeffries Chuck E. Cheese Obama? Yeah, let's do it again.
Republicans, they are not the party of law and order. They're the party of lawlessness and disorder in all of the ways, including the ongoing crime scene at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Come on. People are angry. So why is Hakeem Jeffries talking like he's Chuck E. Cheese Obama? Okay? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Now, to be fair, I mean, he said it. I didn't say it. I could never say that. I would be offensive. It would be terrible if I said it. But when that guy says it, A-okay. So we're just going to quote him from now on. All right. People are saying that the feed did not pop up with any notification. That does not surprise me. It is Saturday evening, and the shenanigans are always afoot, so we got to make sure that we are keeping them honest by hitting that share button everywhere you go. All right, listen, guys. We are going to walk through a few of the collections of items that I think you're just going to love. This is all the stuff that happens this week. We're about to walk through all these clips of the Democrats on punditry shows, talking head shows, commentary shows, absolutely getting just... oh, it's so bad. The media is jumping ship, guys. That should tell you everything you need to know. They are not conservative all of a sudden. All right. Here's Jamie Raskin getting grilled on CNN. Again, we've got clips on clips on clips. Make sure you are here for this party. Let's get it.
We've been speaking to people impacted by the shutdown on this program almost every day, from government workers and SNAP recipients to people who rely on the Affordable Care Act subsidies Democrats want expanded. I've asked every one of them what their message is to politicians here in Washington as this partisan standoff continues. Let's listen.
You guys should both to come to whatever consensus that needs to be done in order to put the American people first.
You really didn't think this through very well. You really didn't. You all get paid. We don't. We're counting on that. And you took it away.
I want everyone to do their job. Do what they have us doing. Our job. Unpaid. Because at least they receiving a paycheck. And their families aren't affected by this. Ours are.
What do you say to them, and also the argument members of Congress are getting paid during the shutdown while they're not getting paid?
Well, I agree entirely with all of it.
Wait. I'm sorry. You agree with all of it, but you're still getting paid. This is a really painful sticking point if you're on a Team Blue. I almost said something else. I can't say the other thing. Team Blue. If you're on the team of Chuck E. Cheese Obama, as Charlemagne the God said, and I quote, it's a little uncomfortable when everyone's losing their benefits and all their SNAP payments and all the military funding and all the air traffic controllers. You're losing the unions, you're losing the media, you're losing the CEOs of the airlines, but you're still getting paid. Ugh, you know, for an entire party that is built on social grievance and unfairness, it's not really a good look. That's my pro tip for the Dems. But you know what? They're not going to listen to me. I'm just a guy on the internet, although better looking than Jamie Raskin, I dare say. I mean, kind of a low bar, but still Good Lord Almighty. All right, y'all, listen. Notifications are not going out, so hit that share button. It would help the chat immensely if you jumped into the chats, the emojis, the comments. We are going to continue on. We will not let them keep us down. Let's go to the next brutal takedown this week. Again, all of these things are built in 1 week's time. All right, let's go to, as Charlemagne the God quoted, says Chuck E. Cheese Obama. I personally find it offensive, but you know what? If he said it, it must be right. All right, here we go. Listen to this one. Another smackdown around the pay thing. Guys, they're taking no prisoners on CNN, and it's comical.
You were asked today if you will defer your paycheck during the shutdown. Obviously, a lot of federal workers, TSA agents are going without paychecks. Have you made a decision on that yet, sir?
I'll be commenting on that shortly, but I understand the sacrifice that people are making, including Capitol Police officers here, and I'm going to conduct myself accordingly, given that sacrifice.
So that sounds like a yes, that you will defer your paycheck.
Well, I have more to say about that shortly, but I think consistent with the values that I just articulated.
That is the biggest non-answer you've ever seen. If you're on CNN, and again, guys, this is a really important piece of this. I said in a short earlier today, and I showed you a full-on clip of Bill Maher eviscerating the Democrats today. It's all about perception. If you've built an entire brand identity of the Democrats around grievance politics, whether it's sociological status, whether it's financial status, whether it's sex status, whether it's gender status, there's some victim somewhere for something. And then all of a sudden, you're going to institute a shutdown, and then magically you still get paid while everyone else doesn't. That's not exactly a recipe for success. And the media knows it too. That's why they're going after this angle. They're not going after the angle because they care. They're going after the angle because they can't defend that. It's kind of like when Biden short-circuited on TV, and it was literally like that in front of the entire nation, and the media was like, no, we can't cover that. Like, I can't cover that up. And then they all of a sudden turned on their reporting button. Yeah, same thing's happening right here with the shutdown. And by the way, someone said over here in the chat, I'm so sick of the shutdown. Preach. Goodness gracious. It is like Boys with Toys, if you like the movie GoldenEye. All right, let's go on to the next one. Again, guys, it does not stop. It just doesn't. Let's go back over here. This one, Cory Booker. Again, they are smacking the crap out of them on the media. And the only reason they're doing it is because it interrupts their own self-preservation in the media. These people are like wolves. They will eat their own. And every time they do, it is worthy of watch. All right. Oh, Dana, don't do that to me. Come on, Dana. Dana, I had such high faith in you to play.
Voting no on just keeping the government running, opening the government. Are there some Democrats, do you, sir, because you voted no, bear some responsibility for endangering people's food aid?
Well, you know, Donald Trump has said very bluntly that I'm going to cause maximum pain.
Come again? Do you hold any responsibility for, shutting down the government with your own voting? Well, Donald Trump said he's going to induce maximum pain. That doesn't even make sense, Spartacus. If you guys watch politics, you know. It does not even make a lick of sense. They don't have anything to stand on. They're trying to lean on leverage, and they're just trying to do the same old rigmarole of, I'm important, pay attention to me, even though they're getting rocked across the face by the media. Guys, seriously, thinking back in your memories of when the last time you saw the media go after the Democrats on one of their strategic moves. The only time in my lifetime that I can remember is the Biden debate debacle in presidency. That is the only time that I've seen them do this. And the only thing that is in common correlation between then and now is their own self-preservation, because it's an indefensible position. You guys can let me know in the chat right over here through the emojis. If I'm over the target, let me know. If I'm under the target or missing the target, also let me know. But there is no way on God's green earth they do this unless it's in their own best interest. And speaking of best interest, let's go to Chris Cuomo. Listen to what he says about the Democrats. Seriously, this all happened this week, guys. I told you a highlight reel was coming. Let's get it. Take it away, Chrissy.
Don't believe the hype about ending the shutdown for people on food stamps. First of all, what happened in the military? What happened to air traffic controllers? You know what happened, right? They're playing a game. Senator Schumer is now moving the goalposts, right? What's more sympathetic? Air traffic controllers are pretty sympathetic. Well, what's more sympathetic than they? members of the military who protect our freedoms on food kitchen lines. Okay, what's more sympathetic than them? Poor kids who can't eat. Oh, okay, let's move the goalposts to that. We want a standalone bill only for food stamps. And the other ones can just go fuck themselves. You see, this is the game. Schumer's not wrong. They should be funding those things. But he's the one who shut down the government. Yes, Republicans are in control of all three houses. But we are in a shutdown right now because of what Democrats did in the Senate. But
Okay. Earth to anyone watching this and the entire Democrat Party, Chris Cuomo gets it. Chris Cuomo is one of the previous CNN talking heads that went hard against anything conservative, Republican, Trump, or anything of the like. He's the same guy who said, "Where does it say that protests have to be peaceful?" on CNN. Just to remind you who this guy is. If they've lost him on the National Democrat stage, and you're talking about Schumer is just moving the goalpost to pick different victim classes so he can crank up the leverage, that's not good, particularly when he wraps up that thought process with, and the Democrats are the ones doing it. Guys, I'm telling you, this is getting real painful and real spicy real quick. The reason that I'm doing this live stream around all the things that are happening in the media this week is not because, again, that the media is magically all of a sudden seeing the light and they've returned to a constitutional supported position. No, it's because it's so painfully bad that they can't defend it. I mean, it is abysmally bad. All right, let's keep on going. I've got these for days. Hey, how about another Chuck E. Cheese Obama? Quoted by Charlemagne the God. Not my idea. Can't be mad, lefties. All right, here we go. Let's get it back. Caitlin Collins, take it away again. No.
Y'all did have a phone conversation, I believe you said earlier today. Who initiated that call? Was that you or was that Speaker Johnson?
It was a call from Mike Johnson. It was very brief, and it wasn't a substantive discussion in terms of finding a path forward.
But was he calling to talk about the government shutdown?
I mean, you could say that that was in the ballpark, but, you know, it was a private conversation that will remain private. However, nothing meaningful came out of it, again, because Donald Trump has not given Mike Johnson permission to enter into a bipartisan.
Okay, enter lying talking points here. You see this right at the top? It's literally the transcript, guys. This is abysmally bad if you're this guy, all right? Caitlin Collins, you said that Mike Johnson isn't willing to sit down and have a conversation. You did have a phone call today, right? And he called you? Well, we had a conversation. And who started that call? Speaker Johnson? Awkward. Like, how stupid... Come here. How stupid do they think that we truly are? That's a legitimate question. Let me know in the chats over here. How dumb, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think that they believe that we are? If 10 is the dumbest and 1 is the smartest, throw it over there. Because the guy literally just said he's not willing to have a conversation on CNN live TV. Then she says, well, wait a minute, he called you. Well, yeah, he called me, but that was in the ballpark, but that wasn't substantive. So who's saying no, dillhole? I mean, like, guys, it's mind-boggling, all right? Maybe I haven't landed the plane. Maybe I have not delivered the precipice of what you guys deserve, and we need more evidence. I hear you. Let's go to another CNN clip. Guys, this is only this week. All right, here's Ruben Gallego. This is a senator. Listen to what he has to say here.
I think my question is this. I mean, I take your point about these millions of people. The cost of living is incredibly high, but also Republicans control the White House, they control the Senate, they control the House. And in the past, Democrats, when Republicans have tried to do something like this, Democrats have argued that the norms of our government should be that you negotiate policy outside of a government shutdown. I mean, I have over many years covering Washington, people have said that over and over and over again. And now I have neighbors in the D.C. area who are both employed by the federal government who are having to use food banks. We are heading into Thanksgiving. Why is it suddenly right to do it this way and to do it for this long when it didn't used to be the right way in Democrats' view?
Oh, that's an easy answer. It's Donald Trump. You're talking about norms in the time of...
Guys, for the love of God. Did Speaker Johnson call you? Well, yeah, he called me, but he didn't want to have a conversation. Did he initiate that call? Well, yeah, he did. Then what? So what's different about you guys being hypocrites for the last 20 years and now? Well, simple, Donald Trump. Hey, Booker, or Spartacus, what's the big deal about, like, you guys having any responsibility about cutting people's food supplies off? Oh, well, Donald Trump. Guys, do you see that all they have is orange man bad? Conservative bad? MAGA bad? Republican bad? That's all they have. They don't have a substantive position. They are getting their butts handed to them. And it's clear as day to see. Let's keep on going. I mean, this literally doesn't stop. Gallego is the same guy who says, I don't know and I don't care. Goodness gracious. All right, let's go back to Jake Tapper. This is a good one where he just obliterates this woman from, I think, New Mexico. I want to say New Mexico. I could be wrong. Hold on, let's see.
Should the Democratic senators from New Mexico, your home state, vote to open the government so that these SNAP funds are not at risk?
Let me be clear. The administration is choosing to starve American children with money that they already have appropriated.
I'm not applauding
their
tactics.
The White House.
Well,
this is a choice by the White House.
This is also, Congresswoman, this is also a choice by Senate Democrats to not vote to open the government. Yes, it is. I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want Medicaid funds restored. They're doing it because they want Obamacare premiums to be extended past the end of the year. I understand the reasoning.
Sir, let me just.
Oh my God. Talking points. Don't go back to actual reality and truth and points. That's bad. That's not good. Let me be clear. Someone just said it. Justin, you nailed it. Guys, this is why the chat is amazing and I love these conversations, even when YouTube doesn't send out notifications. Let me be clear. It means I'm lying to your face. You know the other statement that means I'm lying to your face? Period. Full stop. Because the only people that use that are Democrats, and it is really annoying. I mean, it is, let's just face it. He's a tyrant. Period. Full stop. We're in a healthcare crisis. Period. Full stop. I want a sandwich. Period. Full stop. Let me be clear. I have gastrointestinal issues. I mean, God, guys, it is, oh, good Lord. All right, let's just keep on going, I guess. Let's just keep on going. Sarita says YouTube needs to stop being a bee. I dig it. I support it. Hey, guys, remember this one? This is another chat. All of these things, if you're just now tuning in, we're all this calendar week of the media abandoning the Dems and raking them across the coals. Okay, let's keep going.
I mean, this is a very dramatic call from that union of federal employees representing hundreds of thousands with a statement today saying, among other things, that it's time for our leaders to start focusing on how to solve problems for the American people rather than on who is going to get the blame for a shutdown that Americans dislike. Because when the folks who serve this country are standing in line for food banks after missing a second paycheck because of this shutdown, they aren't looking for partisan spin. They're looking for wages that they earned. They go on to essentially say that Congress needs to pass, in their view, a clean CR. Now, when Speaker Mike Johnson was asked about this today, he certainly kind of leaned into this. In fact, we saw several top Republicans on the House side take advantage of this statement and basically point to it, saying, Democrats, the ball is in your court now, whether or not you decide to act on this. Johnson saying, I certainly hope.
Okay. I don't need them to say that part again. What I wanted to show you there was just MSNBC jumping on the pile. So you've got ABC, MSNBC, you've got Politico, you've got CNN. Guys, the entire media apparatus of power in DC and nationally, of what's left anyway, is completely turning against the Dems on this. Completely and totally. It's not even a question. They are not going after Republicans the same way. They are not having Republicans on their shows. It is literally a feeding frenzy on these people. And honestly, they kind of deserve it. You're losing unions, you're losing CEOs, you're losing politics, you're losing media, you're losing the population, you're losing perception. I mean, you're losing the balloting, you're losing the polling. It is abysmally bad. I mean, I am hungry. It's a fact. Let me be clear. Oh, full stop. Period. God, I hate that period, full stop crap. Anyway, It's just the reason it's so annoying to me. Not a little bit of a rant. The reason that is so annoying is because you're trying to emphasize what you're saying with authority, giving yourself more street cred because you're tough. If your own words aren't landing your point, you cursing and you saying period, full stop, doesn't mean you're more powerful or more convincing or a better communicator. It just means you're trying to flex in a conversation, and that's really why I hate it. Kind of the same thing about let me be clear. I just don't like it. It's a pet peeve. And thank you for indulging me. All right. Let's get back to this next one. Now, this one is this is my favorite one of the week. I saved the Easter egg at the end. This is the best one by far. This is, I believe it's CBS. Yep. This is CBS destroying Chuck E. Cheese Obama per Charlemagne the God, not me. To his face about this whole shutdown thing. Guys, this is glorious.
I want to ask you about something you said. You said Democrats.
It will be glorious. Hold on. Man, did I really just set that up that solid and then it doesn't play? Come on, Margaret. Ruby Hoove with a $5 super chat says, "Rant away. Thank you. Don't get me going. Once I start this machine, I can't turn it off. It's actually concerning. Not to mention my Bernie Sanders is on point tonight, and I don't want to make you guys go through that. So hold on while I reload this amazing post. Come on, X. I believe in you. No, we don't want to do that.
About something you said. You said Democrats, there are no election deniers on our side of the aisle. You said that back in January. But recently, you've been using the term rigged elections in reference to the upcoming midterms. Democrats were appalled when President Trump used language like that. How do you justify using that now? Doesn't that undermine faith for voters? You need to show up.
No, I've been using that term in the context of Donald Trump's unprecedented effort to...
There it is. And we're back. And you can even see up at the top, that is scary. Guys, I want you to listen to this notation at the top, this comment at the top, and just tell me how insane this is. Scary. After Barry Weiss's takeover of CBS, Margaret Brennan sounds like a Newsmax host in this interview with Hakeem Jeffries. Literally pointing out facts? That's controversial. That's the big thing of, oh my God, they're working for the right side because she's spitting facts? Is it because you haven't been spitting facts before, or you haven't been on the receiving end of getting facts laid right at your feet? Or is it because you just don't like it? Because this is obviously a leftist account calling CBS like a Newsmax because they asked her a question about, using the exact language about, what was the exact words? It was, stealing elections, election integrity. Guys, here's the thing. Even though the notifications didn't go out tonight, even though we're doing our live stream every night right around 9:30, 9 o'clock Eastern time, even though the Democrats are still doing the shutdown, you're literally watching them in slow motion unravel. I can't tell you the date and time this stupidity is going to stop, but I can tell you all the media is against them, every one of them, and they're showing them for what they are. The population is against them. The polling is against them. The obvious political is against them. Every single thing is against Team Blue on this one, and it is really, really bad. And I hope you enjoyed this highlight reel because I'll be honest with you, nothing is working right. So, with that said, I will see you guys.